Hey yo, it's Braden Lord. Welcome back to Rome Total War, and back to our Pontus LP, because you know Pontus is we're doing pretty good. Year 213 BC in the winter. Not that winter makes a difference. If I was to play as a more northerly faction, winter would make a difference. But anyway, if you remember last time, we started making our push against Parthia, and we took one of the core Egyptian cities, the core 3 in the Nile Delta, so looking pretty good. And we've got those mercenary war elephants, if you forgot about that. Those guys are awesome! Hopefully we get to use them today. And we're going to try to move out in a couple turns from Alexandria and go attack Memphis, because Memphis doesn't look like it has much left. I don't think the Egyptians have much left in general, so yeah, it's pretty much over for the Egyptians. And the Parthians, yeah, they might have a surprise force, but all in all, I think it's pretty much game from this point. And Egypt wants a ceasefire again. We can try to negotiate. It's worth a shot, I suppose. How about you give us everything you have, and we won't kill you? Does that sound fun? You know, I don't even care anymore. We're just gonna... Oh, ship battle. Oh, we lost. Well, you know, back to the old luck a little bit. Well, I can repair those ships and get a better fleet. I mean, it's about time we start training fleets. Macedon has the highest military strength again. We keep going back and forth, so I'm not too worried there. And lots of stuff being built, so we're starting to get really good buildings in all of our cities, which is awesome. And this guy's a philosopher, it says, which is pretty cool. And, yeah, if you're wondering why all my guys say the Wrathful, like most of them say the Wrathful, it's because the Temple of Hercules, if you have like a Priest of Hercules, I think, your guy becomes more angry. It's just kind of, some temples, it's hard to know unless you play the game. And I kind of forgot about the Temple of Hercules side effect that, you know, if you build those, then you guys will become a lot more... If you build military temples, you guys will become pretty bad governors. And so on, you know. That's generally the trend. Although some military temples do offer really good economic bonuses as well. It's, you know, it's hard to say. That just comes with experience. And that's... Even though I play Rome Tour a lot, that's still experience I don't have. And as we're walking through, how's it going, guys? Today is March 19th, I believe, Monday, and it is warm. I mean, holy cow, it's like 70 where I'm at in Detroit, and yeah, it's pretty crazy, because a couple weeks ago it was just like 30, and now it's 70, and it's still March. I heard, though, that it's supposed to rain this weekend, so kind of a bummer. Kind of up and down weather. It's Michigan's trade, I guess, if you want to call it. Anyway, we're going to take our fleet here, move it back to Jerusalem, because I'm pretty sure Jerusalem can retrain them. And we can train some triremes, a few of them, get some more offensive force. Might as well build some extra troops here, just for fun. You never know. Scipio doing some stuff, doesn't really bother me. Temple of Zeus, always good. And we're going to finish retraining probably next turn, it looks like. And then we're probably going to move out the turn after. And we're going to attack them. Now we do have two of Parthian town settlements under siege. So maybe they'll try to defend them. I don't know. We'll have to see. And if you didn't catch that, I moved the guy from Palmyra, and he's going to go attack one of their settlements as well. And Susa they really have nothing over here. They have slingers, and they just don't have anything. I could assault, but I kind of want to draw another army into this conflict so I can hunt down their armies. That'll be good. Make them defend themselves is what I want. Because I'm in no rush to take it, because honestly I'm going to be able to take that. It's not like that's going to be the last city I take. So, and Ankara expanded, so another interior large city here. Nice. And Ankara built some more stables. And yeah, lots of construction and stuff. going on everywhere. And, you know, this probably is going to be the second to last episode. We're going to try to round it off at a nice 20 parts here. And, yeah, that'll be cool. And we only have, it might seem crazy because we have quite a few territories left, but I'm pretty sure we can take them pretty quickly. My general in Egypt should be able to wipe out the rest of Egypt, and I got plenty of commanders with plenty of military attacking Parthia, and they're not going to be able to withstand that. Yeah, I have three good commanders with good armies attacking now, so that'll be cool. And again, one more turn here. Prepare the chariot archers and build some more phalanx pikes for garrison. Keep this bronze shield here just chilling on the bridge. They really have nothing. It's kind of sad, actually, but whatever. Their loss. And Damascus is still growing, as are most of our cities. We're just getting more population. I'm pretty sure they're the most populous nation in the world, which is cool, with the most people. And we're going to end the turn, see if anything goes on. Parthia wants a ceasefire. This is probably going to be a common trend until I kill both of them, is that they're just going to keep offering, they just keep wanting ceasefires in exchange for all the cities I've taken. And we got another eruptor. Oh, yeah. I'm probably just going to leave him there. It doesn't really matter at this point. Not that many buildings this turn, which is alright. Pergamum is pretty close. They just need like 800 more, and then we can upgrade them to a huge city, which will be awesome. Our first naturally grown huge city. We have Jerusalem and Alexandria, but we didn't grow those ourselves. And well, we kind of didn't grow Pergamum ourselves, but you know, it'll be our government building that makes it a huge city. So, I guess it kind of counts. And yeah, good things all around the empire. We're going to try to move this guy out, see how many guys we can move. We'll leave a couple phalanxes. We'll leave 3 phalanxes here. And we can move out, and if we put it down the low tax rate, it's all good. So we can then train some more phalanxes garrison. And we're going to move down. We're going to attack Captain Y. I'm going to retreat. And now we can siege Memphis. And in 8 turns, we should be able to take it. Probably not going to want to siege assault. Kind of the same reason as Susa. I want them to cobble any kind of military force they have left so I can crush it here. And then this admiral's pretty good. He's got 3 command stars, which is pretty good for an admiral. Probably because he won all those close battles in the last episode. And this guy's going to move further north. We're going to take that city up here. That's going to be our target for him. Hopefully he can take that. That's probably their capital now. If Sidon isn't, I haven't really checked. We're all just getting pretty close to growing as well. Maybe it'll grow this episode. That'll be nice. Then all of our cities can become Eastern influenced, which will be cool. And agent detected. I guess in Alexandria probably. Not a big deal. Salamis, building stuff. Palmyra building stuff. So, I might as well ask you a question. Because, might as well start this now. Okay. My next LP is going to be Pokemon Platinum. You might be thinking, what? You're going from Rome Total War to Pokemon Platinum? Well, you know, whatever. You can get over it. And, yeah, okay, my next LP is going to be Pokemon Platinum. And I have put some research into it. I've played the game a few times, and I'm doing a run-through of it now, kind of off and on. An hour or so a week of it. And, yeah, I have 3 teams in mind. 3 possible teams for what I want to do. But I want you guys, my viewers, to vote. I want you to vote for a starter. I want you to, if you don't know the 4th gen starters, because Pokemon Platinum is 4th gen, it's Chimchar, who evolves into Monferno, and then Infernape. He's a firefighting type. He's a good attacker and good speed. He's pretty popular in the competitive game as a OU, just a blitzer. His popularity is doing a little bit, but he's still pretty good. And another guy is Turtwig, who evolves into Grottle, and then Torterra. He's a ground grass type, or grass ground type. Very unique typing. Only Torterra. Torterra is the only Pokemon with a grass ground type. That does make him very weak to ice, but he gets some nice coverage on stuff. And yeah, he's pretty defensive, but he has good physical attacks, and he does have some interesting special attacks as well, and some good buffing moves. So he's pretty good. And then the third guy you can choose from would be Piplup, and who evolves into Prinplup and then Empoleon. Now, Empoleon is a water steel type, another unique typing. So there's some pretty good diversity in the starters, and yeah, water is pretty useful. It only has 2 weaknesses, and steel cancels out the second. So Empoleon only has a few weaknesses, and he's a very, again, he's kind of like Torterra, except on the special side. He's more specially defensive and special attack oriented, and he's kind of slow, but he can take a lot of hits and deal out a lot of damage. And all 3 of them, I gotta say, are pretty good. So again, it's up to you, viewers, to choose. And I will make a separate voting video, kind of an introduction / voting video for Pokemon Platinum. So I just want to kind of get an idea now, and then we can go from there. And not much has really been happening. If you're watching I moved some Cappadocian cavalry. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with them yet, but I'm gonna move them up there just so I can show you what they are like in battle, because they're pretty awesome. And everything is pretty much going smoothly right now. There's no bumps in the road. Macedon is perfectly content to stay in Europe, which is fine with me. Also, it is possible someday I might come back to this LP, possibly, and maybe do a post game where it's like I have to kill Macedon. You know, it's me versus Macedon, because we're kind of the big 2 empires in the world, and we'll have an epic fight possibly. But that's going to take a long time. The length of that will probably be equal to this LP, and it's just going to take forever. Each turn is probably going to take forever. There's going to be so many battles. It's going to be kind of really annoying. I mean, already right now, as you can see, every turn you have to manage all these buildings and cities, so there's a lot of managing every turn. It's only going to get worse. So I'd like to stop it at my previous goals and kind of leave it be. And if I'm going to play Rome Total War in the future, which I plan to, I don't know how soon, maybe after Pokemon Platinum, but I do have another game in mind after Pokemon Platinum. But I would like to play as a European nation next time, just to get a different feel, because this is an Eastern nation, so it's got definitely a different feel than anywhere else in the world. Yeah, and everything's looking pretty spiffy in our empire. And the one guy's moving up. I'm going to move this guy. Actually, you know what? I'm going to attack that town with these 2 units of Cappadocian Cav. Maybe give them some support from Artie Town there, but that should be interesting. Oh my goodness. Rebel army. Wow. It's fearsome, alright. And gonna save it. Gonna end the turn. See what happens. Looks like that Parthian army is probably gonna attack. Nope. Okay. They're just gonna sally forth, so I'm gonna cut this out, and I'll see you in a sec. And we easily took that, and easily took this. They didn't put up a fight, so that's 2 territories in 1 turn. Awesome. They only have a couple more down in this place. That guy is old. Let's not get him. Resistance is futile. We are now the strongest military faction. Awesome. I'll build some more temples. Really not much production that turn. That's totally fine with me, though. Not a problem. And our next target is going to be the little town They have a little town on the desert that takes up a huge chunk of the map. That huge pink chunk is all one territory. And it's going to be up to this guy to take it. I'll probably next turn I'm going to send him out and take that little town. I'm surprised that army didn't attack me there. It has a good commander and everything. Guess they just didn't feel like it. And it's weird. You can destroy trade caravans. You wouldn't think that you'd be able to destroy a trade route, but I guess you can. And we're gonna build Temple of Zeus, of course, in here because that's what we need. I'm gonna train some hillmen here as garrison, and probably move this guy out. I don't really know where he's gonna go. Maybe I'll just keep this army in check or something. I'm not sure. Might have to fight him. You know. That kind of thing. I'm going to move some guys out of there and garrison as well. Fortunately, the rebel army moved to the west. And they do have quite a few guys in here. But again, they're all pretty bad. They're decently upgraded, but they're all pretty poor soldiers. So we should be able to handle that pretty easily. Cappadocian Cav are getting stuck on a general. Move them up. Not a big deal. And it looks like 3 turns until we can attack the city. So we're going to move 2 phalanx pikes and 2 archers out to assist them. So that'll be a pretty cool army. And it'll be my first real captain offensive army. And that's the kind of thing just to get the game over with in the late game, you kind of want to do that a little bit here and there. Gonna end the turn and see if anything happens. Doesn't look like it. Oh, they're trying to engage with that small army there. Woo! It's not like I can't just walk around them, which I can. Whoop! Yeah. Zone of control, I think, only works if your army is of decently equal size. Otherwise, you know, it doesn't really matter. Plus, if it did work, I could just push them back anyway. More stuff to build all across the land. Mere land. It's the Pontic Empire. The Pontic Empire. Now, okay, well, while we're building stuff and doing stuff, I should probably explain Pontus really was not this successful. Pontus, it kind of was the dominion of Asia Minor. They kind of just stuck there. They kind of were in the mountains with Armenia, kind of just chilling there. And Parthia was really the masters of the desert here. When the Romans came over, the Parthians kept destroying them, and they used to be the Persians, and then became Parthians, and then eventually they became the Sassanid Empire, which you can play as in the Barbarian Invasion expansion. And the Sassanid Empire did crush a lot of Roman land in the east, and eventually they split off and became a couple different factions as well, and Egypt sprung up once again, you know. But Pontus was never this successful. And they want a ceasefire again. I'm not even gonna try to negotiate. Just a waste of time. Oh, okay, they're gonna try to attack, so might as well show this battle, because I mean, look at the strength ratio, but still. Here we go. And it turned out the second army didn't come again, so that was just an easy cleanup with my Jav Cav, because all they had was slingers and peasants in that first army. So, very Cav weak. In what coast knows not our blood? Well, a lot of coasts, actually. I mean, we're only eastern part of the Mediterranean here, so lots of coast. Well, their strongest faction again. Rescuperus died, and oh man, look at how unhappy Jerusalem is. So we gotta train plenty of peasants here. Keep the happiness up. We're building a happiness building right now, so that'll help. And look at all those trade routes. I mean, if we go to war with Macedon, our economy is just gonna tank. Probably. Probably, I would guess. And Cotes is done building stuff, so we can move it down to low tax rate, so we can evolve. What am I talking about? This isn't Pokemon. So it can grow into a large city. And that's looking pretty good. We can move this guy over to the desert. A couple more turns and he'll be there. And Dumatha there. I was trying to get that in a couple trades because it's kind of annoying to go get. But, oh well. That guy's got a really long name. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. And anyway, we're going to move out our army here. Susa's not happy about that. That's okay. It's okay now once we put the 2 hillmen in. So 2 hillmen in there, pretty good happiness. I'm fine with that. And we're going to engage. We're just going to push them back. I don't really feel like fighting them. They have 2 family members and really nothing extraordinary at all. Mostly bad mercenaries. I'm just going to surround them with our phalanx pikes. If they decide to attack my phalanx pikes, it'll be a one-on-one because they're out of range. My armies are out of range of each other. But I should be able to handle them okay. And they do have 20 units in the city, but again, they're all really bad. And next turn, we should be able to attack Parthia. They did grow it into a large town, which is pretty interesting. I'm kind of surprised that they actually had that kind of foresight. Unless I grew it into a large town and I just forgot about it. I might have. Who knows? And yeah, things are looking pretty good. The siege is going well on Memphis, and hopefully we should be able to take it this episode. I'm pretty sure we should be able to take it this episode. There's nothing that should be able to stop us. In fact, nothing has really stopped us on land this whole game. We've been pretty unstoppable. Because, well, okay, Pergamum grew. So we're going to build a royal palace, which is awesome. And we're going to have Pergamum become a huge city. And now most of Asia Minor is going to look eastern. Anyway, what I was saying, playing as Pontus, I rushed for the city barracks so I could train phalanx pikes. And since that point, since I was able to train phalanx pikes, I've never lost a land battle, really. I don't think. I'm trying to think. Well, okay, I lost the city that one time, but that was overwhelming odds. But I mean, a serious land battle, I haven't lost because I rushed the military tech. Now, it's not good to rush military tech in every city. And as you saw, my economy tanked for most of the game. Until these last couple of parts, my economy has been pretty shaky. But eventually, that military investment paid off in the short term. And it's paying off in the long term because I have more cities now than I probably would have, and I'm able to dominate everything. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, we're gonna siege Parthia here. We're gonna have all their cities under siege in the Middle East by the end of this turn. And they gave up Memphis. The Egyptians did. So that is Oz now. Nice. And we captured the Great Pyramid and the Sphinx. This does absolutely nothing. If you want, I'm not exactly sure how this one works. If it actually increases population happiness of the Egyptian 3 cities, or the natural Egyptian cities, or if it just increases the loyalty of the Egyptian faction. I'm not sure. Oh, our faction leader died of old age. The guy in here. That's kind of unfortunate. Oh well, we can train some more peasants, lower the tax rate a little bit, and it should be fine. Again, I'm not too worried about money at this point in the game anymore. And the guy in Pergamum is now the faction leader, so cool. Cool. We've got a faction leader guarding the coast against the Macedonians. And the Macedonians, again, they probably won't attack us because they see the full bands in our cities. Even though it's mostly peasants over there, they still see those and probably are like, whoa, man. I wonder why they're like the strongest in the world. And we're going to build some rams, and probably a siege attack that. Maybe. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. And we're going to just surround this army. Try to move all the troops here. I'm going to move these guys over to Susa just for kicks and giggles, because they don't really have any good infantry in there. And going to make sure I've built everything. It looks like I missed a couple cities, but it's okay. And Alexandria can get something. So can Memphis, like a new temple, for instance. There is a lot of happiness, so maybe it does increase the happiness of Egyptian cities. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it just gets rid of Egyptian culture penalty. Actually, that could be what it is, because I don't see any culture penalty in either of these cities anymore. Interesting. Maybe that's what it does. Cool. Anyway, I'm going to be ballsy, and I'm going to move out my whole force, because they're so happy. I'm going to move them down, and my city's empty, don't worry, because as soon as your turn ends, that's when your construction and troops are built. So, it's not a problem. And we'll have one phalanx pikeman. I could probably beat most of that army with one phalanx pikeman. And we're going to engage Captain Nahati here. And he's got a general reinforcement with some good, decent troops. And, you know what? We haven't really fought a battle this episode, so here we go. And this is my attack. And, I think he has the Priest of Hercules, I'm not sure, which increases his command when attacking. In war, we must be speedy. Well, I'll try to show that this episode. You also have to be careful of they do have onagers, so I'm going to have to watch those. Because they probably are going to take some casualties with their onagers. Hopefully, won't snipe my general. That's just horrible luck when that happens. And last time I played as Pontus, I recall that did happen once, and I was like, "Arrgh!" But even if that does happen now, you know, it's not really too big a deal. I'll just probably have to delay and bring over another general, because I'm not really going to want to... Well, I could probably take out the rest of the Egyptians without a general. Probably. Probably not a good idea, though. Anyway, we're going to move our Jav Cav. I'm going to speed them up, all our missile ranged units. And then we're going to move up our core line. And, oh, look at that. They just totally hit one of our archer units with their onagers. I think I just hit one of their units, too. Nice. And I'm going to take my chariots, and I'm going to swing around and attack the onagers here. And they're trying to engage our chariots with some cavalry. Because they are smart. The Egyptians are incredibly smart, if you didn't know that. I mean, look at that. Just look at how successful they're being. Okay, we routed their onagers, so that threat's gone. And they're engaging our chariots with their general. They're probably going to take some casualties. Yeah, they're taking some casualties on the charge here. But it's not too bad. Still have we have half of the unit left, so not a big deal. And we're going to set it back on skirmish mode, and they're going to act like ranged cavalry again. And all the fear that I just caused just routed half of their army. So, yeah, in war we must be speedy is a real good trade right now. Jav Cav are going to engage that crappy unit of Cav. I'm going to have my Jav Cav engage the back of the Pharaoh's guards here. And hopefully we should be able to take them out pretty quickly. And the enemy reinforcements did arrive. And look at all these fleeing guys just going right into our men. That's awesome. I don't know what they're trying to do, but it's not working for them. Chariots are causing a lot of fear and a lot of damage with their archery ability. Jav Cav are dominating everything. And speaking of which, let's go. I'm probably getting more friendly fire than anything, honestly. And it looks like the reinforcements ran away, because I think they're sounding their retreat. Because they didn't retreat, they accepted the battle, so they can retreat. But they've lost pretty much, I would say maybe 3/4 of their forces. So it's kind of silly to retreat now. And that is looking like it. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna end the battle. I don't really feel like hunting them down. And they only have about 500 guys left, and I have quite a few more than that. So that was probably the Egyptians' last real serious army there. And can I not siege it this turn? You know, I'm gonna try to hire a mercenary and see if I can move him to the city. No, crap. Oh well, I guess they can retrain a little bit. And next turn, hopefully we're gonna be able to siege that. And they do have a little bit of an army coming over, and they might try and attack Memphis, but we should be able to hold it. And if we don't, you know, we just have to take it back real quick. Not a problem. And we've made pretty good progress on this episode, and I think that's about all we're going to do today. And join me next time, and you know what? Next time is going to be the finale. I'm just going to tell you right now. Next time is going to be the finale, and I'm just going to play until we win. Alright? So, this is Brandon Lawrence signing off. Thank you for watching, and join us next time in this exciting LP
of Rome Total War. Peace.